Mark Scheifele, Jets forward, is with us. We're not slagging on you, Scheifele. We just want you to know. Thanks a lot for coming on, especially considering the golf pro here is on. And I gather he called you and said, would you do it? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's lucky he's a good guy.
Well, that's a matter of opinion, but I'll accept yours for the time being. How you feeling? I hear you're back on the ice this week in full contact. Is that true?
Yes, that is true. It's been really good to be actually practicing. I know a week ago I was kind of on the ice with the guys. Wasn't really able to do much because any drill, most of the drills, there's a chance of a little bit of contact. There's no one to mess up the rhythm of the guys. So it's been nice the last few days to actually get playing with lines and doing the things getting me prepared to play. So it's been a good last few days.
Have you got a date for when you're going to come back?
If the coach puts me in tomorrow.
Great. Well, talk to him. I can call him for you. He's a pal of mine. I can put in the good word if you need it. I don't think you need it. I think you'll be out there. You gotta be really proud of the way your teammates have played and this club has played. It's been off the charts. Did you see this? I know the team has played pretty well. Well, they didn't play that well you didn't play that well in the opening game of the season. I remember that one. But for the most part, this team has played well all year long. Did you see this coming at camp?
I think there was a little bit of buzz at camp, just knowing, seeing the new guys come in, like Kulikov and Mason and Hendricks, them coming in saying, we got a good team here. And I think, almost just hearing that a few times, hearing how good our team was, maybe gave us a little bit of confidence. But, I definitely can tell I could tell right at the beginning of training camp, we were like, hey, we have a good team here. We have a lot of promise, but we just got to put it together. And past the first two games of the year, we've done that. So it's been a good year, and the boys have been playing unbelievable. Since I've been hurt, and through all the injuries, Trouba, Lowry, Tanev, Hendricks, Mason getting hurt, like it's been crazy the amount of guys that have gone down, but the guys that have came up have really stepped up, and that shows a lot of character by our group.
So, Scheif, how do you keep this all in check? I mean, all that you did, this has kind of come out of nowhere, and obviously confidence breeds confidence, and winning is a big part of that. But, everybody's touting now that this team that's intact is looking really strong in the next 5 years and arguably a Stanley Cup, threat for the next 5 years.
No, I think you just have to take that all in stride. Obviously, the team's been playing really well, and you can hear all the news reports in the world, but at the end of the day, it's all about what you put on the ice. And when you get on the ice, you have to put all that behind you, all out of your mind, and do whatever you can to help the team win. And I think the biggest thing for our group this year is not letting us get too high, not letting us get too low. That's what you see in the Pittsburgh Penguins and the teams that have been there consistently. It's not a roller coaster. If they win, they win with dignity, and they go back and they continue to work hard and know they can fix some things for the next game. And if you lose and you go through a tough stretch, you don't get too low, and you still keep your confidence and still stay positive, but know that things have to change a little bit in order to get back on track.
Here's a question I know you can't answer 100% honestly unless you agree with the assessment that Paul Maurice is a pretty good coach. What would you say about your coach?
He's an unbelievable coach. The things he's taught me, the relationship that we've built over the last 4.5 years. I think that's how long it's been since he came on board. It's grew every year. Obviously being a younger guy, it's tough to build a relationship with a coach like that. But he's so personable, and he's such a smart hockey mind, and also he's just a good human being. And I think that's what makes it the easiest for me. Is I know at the start it was you're young, you don't want to see the coach. Sometimes you get a little scared, but but for me over the last few years, we've really built a good relationship. We're able to talk about a lot of things. We're able to bounce things off each other. If I have some ideas, or if I have something that I want to learn, I go to him and I can ask him, and I know I'm going to get, I know I'm going to learn something from him. If he has a question for me, he can ask me, and then that relationship is starting to build. And I think that also is, a lot to do with, our captain Blake Wheeler. He's such a good leader, and he's a guy that really controls our room. And his relationship with Paul has kind of led to our group being so tight knit and so play for each other and everything. That's all been instilled from Paul since day one, which has been instilled in Wheels, which is now instilled in me and Buff and Troops and Lowry and Kopp and everyone along the way has got that confidence in their game now.
So how during this time, I mean, being put on the shelf like that, and as passionate as you are about the game, everybody knows how dedicated you are. How difficult was it, this period of just sitting back and watching, the team play the way they did and you not being able to contribute the way that you want to, from a mental standpoint of being able to, keep pushing through the therapy and getting back to playing?
Yeah, it's really tough. I know I had to bring my brother in for a week. When it first happened, he ended up having a few days off work, so it worked out perfectly. But you're not doing a whole lot. Especially right when it happened, I wasn't able to move around too much. I wasn't able to do a whole lot. So you get bored pretty easily, and I think that's a tough thing to go through. That's something that if you're not doing anything and you're just sitting around bored and sleeping all the time, that can take away from some of the healing. So, but also, we have such a great group of guys that, when you get around them, you're able to hang out with guys. We have a lot of young guys. So, it definitely was tough, when you're up in the press box or, when the team goes on the road, especially, and there's really no one else around, and you're just watching games at home, it gets pretty boring, but, I have a great family around me. I have great friends, and, if I didn't have them, it would be really, really hard to go through.
Yeah, you mentioned sleeping, but you had a tough time sleeping in the early part of the injury. I guess would you keep waking up with the pain?
Not as much pain. It was just really uncomfortable. I had a sling on it for 2 weeks, and I had to put a pillow beside me to make sure I wasn't rolling over on one of the sides. So
right.
It was really uncomfortable, and but once the sling came off, I really was able to get my sleep back on track and was able to do a little more, which has all led to healing perfectly.
I'm told you went back between Wheeler and Line at practice. Assuming you play against St. Louis, you would expect that to be the line?
I would expect that too, yes.
Yeah. Well, listen, we're glad you're healthy again, and we look forward to seeing you back in a Jets uniform. The team, as you said, and we've said, has just been on a remarkable run. This is not a mirage. This is a very, very good hockey team with a chance to do the ultimate. And we wish you the best of luck and better health the rest of this season. And if you ever want to play golf, I'll play with you. If this Nimrod beside me won't, I'll be happy to. All right.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks so much for the well wishes, and always happy to be on the show.
Mark Scheifele, forward for the Winnipeg Jets.
Great guy.
And member at Summit Golf Club, even though the head pro won't play with him.